What's going on? Good morning, guys. We're getting ready to talk Romania versus Ukraine. We got the starting 11s here. I'm going to have my boy Nick on. Leg is a little preoccupied this morning. He's got some stuff going on, but he will be joining us in the afternoon. My boy Nick, I just sent him a message with the StreamYard link, but for me, it's all Ukraine here. I know that Romania has been a little stingy and has been able to keep themselves some clean sheets, but they just really play anybody. Here comes my boy Nick. Nick, what it do, brother?
Hanging in, Oaks. What's up, man?
Not too much, man. Just getting rolling. Got all the streams pulled up and stuff like that. So I was just telling the guys, look, I'm all Ukraine here. I know that Romania has kept a bunch of clean sheets. I know that they get some props for their defensive abilities. And I know that goals have kind of been exceeding expectations here at the beginning of Euros, but I don't know. I was talking with somebody on Twitter who's like, goals are up, blah, blah, blah. They've been up year on year. One of my buddies is holding a over 147, 150 goals for the whole Euros.
It's feeling all right.
Doing well at like 30-1. And look, it's got a lot to do with how many matches these guys are playing now, right? Yep. And how tired legs get, and just the grind of club season, plus international ball, plus club international. And it's just starting to be a lot more on guys. And we're seeing less and less, I don't want to say quality defense, but, guys are getting better at offense and legs just get tired more on defense. At least that's my opinion.
No, I think you're spot on. I think also there's more teams in the tournament, right? There's teams that may or may not have qualified under, previous years. So that's also something to be said. And I think, I guess you were making a decent point about Romania over here, but I think, to me, that's probably one of the teams that isn't normally in this tournament. So probably on the very, very, very low end for me in terms of expectations. So I'm with you. This is one of those games just coming straight in. I'm not really overthinking it. I definitely like Ukraine on the money line. I think I like Ukraine to get a goal in the first half, minus 110, same price. So I kind of am subscribing to everything you're saying. And we kind of have to ride with tournament vibes right now. We've had a first half goal in every game so far. I'm not going to bet against it.
Yeah. So what was it? Yesterday, I was finding really good prices on a goal in both halves. Okay. So I've been really kind of digging that because it's been the case for every single game except for Spain and yesterday's England shit show. What's going on, Bird? Good to see you. Stokov Day. All right. What's going on, Marion? Ukraine and over 1.5 is plus 160. I don't hate that. I don't necessarily know if I need the extra stretch of the 60 cents on the dollar when I can get Ukraine money line at pretty much a flat number. At least last I checked. I'm about to pull up my odds checking app here. Sorry. I'm just sharing this live stream around to a couple of different places really quickly. But yeah, I could see it. I could see Ukraine team total over 1.5 too. Mm-hmm. If you wanted to get me to that. I have no Romanian player props. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Man, however you want to say it, is actually pretty decent. He plays for Parma. Parma just got promoted out of Serie B back into League One. I don't know much about Dargus or whoever their striker is. I know he had a cup of coffee at Genoa. So we got
name sounded familiar. I was just looking him up.
So yeah, he had a cup of coffee at Genoa. I'm not sure who Coman is. The only Coman I know off the top of my dome is Kingsley, and that sure ain't Kingsley Coman. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of player props here I like. I think Dovbek to score is a very good price. I was seeing people get like plus 200. Yeah, I'll talk about first half shots kind of last, since that's a FanDuel specific book. It's just a market I'm going to cover last, and they're the long shots. Like when I'm putting up tickets that are plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900, stuff like that, those are sprinkles. Like those are fun bets for entertainment. But there is an edge in first half shot markets. So again, Dovbek's the guy I'm going to be looking at. Look, there's not much else I can say about Dovbek. If you haven't been following me for La Liga stuff, or if you didn't follow La Liga, Dovbek is your reigning Golden Boot winner of La Liga. That makes him pretty fucking good, guys.
No question.
La Liga is a tough league to score goals in. He was the best at it. I also like the Tizgankov Dovbek connection can't be understated either. Like they play together at clubs for Genoa. I think Murdu has a lot of talent. I think Chelsea way overpaid for him. But they got him on a long ass contract, and I do think he's going to be good. Like I think there's a lot of talent here, and I just generally rate who Ukraine's played a lot more than Romania, because Ukraine's got clean sheets against teams like Germany and Italy, whereas Romania, like their best matches have been against Switzerland. They play Liechtenstein, Bulgaria, Northern Ireland, Andorra, Belarus, Kosovo.
Yeah, they played us.
Whose only good player is Mariki. Like, I just don't rate the level of competition Romania consistently plays, whereas I rate the competition that Ukraine consistently plays.
Ukraine rallies. I mean, let's talk about the uncomfortable elephant in the room, right? They got a shitstorm going on right now in their home country. They're playing for a little bit more than 3 points, right? Whether how you rate that is really up to you, but to me, I think you're hitting the nail on the head on a lot of things. They have quality players that are now coming together, I think, at the right time. I don't know exactly how much noise they're going to make out of this tournament, but to win this game seems pretty straightforward to me. I think to make it out of the group isn't out of possibility. You mentioned Mudryk, man, he's like plus 400 to get an assist. I mean, that's to me that's like a plus 200 number, right?
Right.
Like,
that's
in a game like this.
That's one nice through ball, one nice cross into Dovbek, and like Dovbek is very skilled in front of goal.
No.
Like no matter what you got, like what anybody wants to say about him, the dude's a big body. He knows how to play with his back to goal. There's a reason AC Milan's looking at signing him as a Giroud replacement. It's because he's got more pace. He's capable of playing back to goal, and he's just a very good player. Look, you don't get to be Golden Boot winner of La Liga without having a ton of skill in front of net, because it's a very physical league, and you have to be able to put people on the ass, create space, and he's excellent on aerials too.
Yep.
Sure. So Murdoch, who do you think's going to be on corners for this one? Is it Murdoch? Is it Tizgankov? I know Stepanenko is going to be on free kicks, because I still remember that fucking France banger that he hit from like 25 yards out, 30. Like, so yeah, I mean, Ukraine's got quality. They've beaten France. Like,
dude, another dude who, tell me if you agree or not. This is like, I don't have stats in front of me to back this up, but I look at a dude like Zinchenko. Like he reminds me of Dumfries for the Netherlands. Like, just get this guy in a Ukraine jersey, and all of a sudden he shows up. He's fucking bombing down that left side. Assists, balls are coming in. Like, I don't think this is going to be a wildly high scoring game, but there's a lot of fucking juicy numbers hanging in front of us.
Yeah, I think there is definitely a lot of value here. We are already seeing the Ukraine money line move. It was kind of plus 100 all before the tournament, plus 110. Now you're getting minus 110, minus 115. So yeah, I mean, I'm on Ukraine money line here. Stepanenko tackles. I love that look leg. Zinchenko shot on target at plus 450. That's a great number. I like that a lot.
Gets it.
You could probably get at that number for his shot on target, they probably have his shot juiced because he does like to jack for chicks back there from the back line. But yeah, Joey Pepper, who was saying Ukraine money line and to win to nil. I think win to nil would be like a nice quarter unit sprinkle on top of the money line, but like 0.75 units on Ukraine money line and then sprinkle for a quarter unit the plus 199. I definitely don't have a problem like with that. Let me see what both teams to score no is really quickly.
Man, and I'm not advocating for this at all. I'm just having discussion for the nice followers and listeners right now. When's a red card going to pop up in this tournament? We haven't seen one yet.
We did see one.
Did we?
Yeah, game 1. Somebody got sent off for Scotland in like the 36th minute.
Oh, right. I forgot it. That game was such a blur that I forgot it even happened. Germany was scoring 5 or 6 either way.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah, Germany scored every goal. One came off Rudiger's head for an own goal. Zinchenko attempt is minus 120. Love it, Leg. Thank you for being there with a quick answer. So yeah,
Leg, is it too early for Leg? What's he doing typing away, man? Where's he? Why isn't he on the screen?
He's got mobile only. He gave me a buzz as I was sending you the link here. So dude, I totally agree with you, Myron. This Ukraine team is loaded low key. And they're nasty and they have tournament experience. That's the other thing I really like about Ukraine is they know how to get wins in a game like this. So both teams to score no at minus 115 too isn't a bad call. Yeah, here it is. Legs driving. And he goes through a bunch of dumb dead zones when he's driving out there in PA.
Don't want you to break the law, Leg. It's all good. Be safe.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I want to see what a goal in both halves is because I really have been enjoying that market. And it's been paying out really nicely. A goal in both halves here is plus 110. And I definitely kind of like that. Let's see what.
See, I'm going to go back to what I said before. I think Ukraine to get a goal in the first half, it's minus 110. So you're giving up 20 cents. But I don't know. To me, that seems a little safer. You don't need to sweat out a second half goal. Not that there will or won't be one. I don't know.
Right. I definitely agree there. Ukraine team total, even if you like Ukraine over 1.5, that's plus 115 over on season. I think that's a really good number. I'm like I said, I like Dovbek and I might play him for a goal. Plus 165 over on FanDuel. Definitely a little more juiced than it was last night, depending on where you shop around. But I have Dovbek to score 2 goals in the entire tournament at even money. So it will be a double dip for me.
Love that.
But that's why I'm probably just going to put like a quarter unit on it because I do have double exposure there. Ukraine to score in both halves is plus 225. I don't hate that, but I also kind of like the team total just in case they come out and slap 2 on them in the first half and then they make some changes to play a little bit more defensively. That does tend to be Ukraine's undoing too, just from a guy who's followed because this Ukraine team for the past 6+ years, they love to give up late goals. And playing defensively late doesn't tend to work out for them. But Ukraine tends to make these matches really exciting down the stretch, good or bad, and they will kind of make you tear your hair out because they historically have played up to competition, but can also sometimes like slack off and play down to competition. Last Euros, they were up 2-0 on Kazakhstan, and then Kazakhstan ran back and tied it 2-2 in extra time, I believe, when I was listening to that game. Again, it was 4 years ago, so if I'm wrong on that, feel free to shout me out, but that's just what I remember from off the top of my head.
Man, I'm trying to make sense of cards so far in this tournament. It's already got one stat wrong with the red card. I forgot all about it. But I feel like there haven't been that many cards, right?
No.
Generally speaking.
Yeah, and like again, I think it depends on the ref. I did hit a really nice one yesterday. I think I tagged Leg and Pavlos in that when we were talking about the Serbia game.
Mm,
I'm gonna say I think it was Garvidal or whoever plays for Sevilla that was coming off an injury there in the middle
nah,
that had to guard Jude. He was the first guy carded. And only 2 cards in yesterday's game,
yeah,
England,
nuts.
Serbia, which was a little ridiculous because, like, I know Serbia's got goons back there.
Right, right. So yeah, I was wondering, is Romania a spot? I mean, over 1.5 team total cards. It's minus 170. You can't play it on its own.
Right.
But is that a spot to put something together? Man, but there haven't been many cards. I really just don't know what to do here.
Yeah. We also Leg makes a great point. Lunin's in that. Like you guys know, I'm a Madrid fan. You can see the fucking flag. I make no qualms about it. I like Lunin. I think he's having a great season.
Yep.
I think he's playing super well. So yeah. What were you saying again about cards? I'm actually going to take a look, see who this ref is, because um, again, cards have a lot to do with the referee,
Mm-hmm.
not just with how the match flow is going. But let's see who is on this. Let's see who's on this back line and see if I can just find anybody that's like 19 to 21 that's getting like a big time start.
Yeah, yeah. I
25.
mean, the big dude is the guy from Tottenham, right? Dragosin. So I'm
Yeah,
sure he'll be.
Dragonson. Uh, is 31, plays in a kind
Yeah.
of garbage league, never really made it out of the Romanian league and is playing in Saudi now. Baruca, Burca. I don't know. Playing back here at CDS or no, sorry, at center back.
Mm.
Look, you're gonna have to deal with Dovbeck, crosses from Tezgankov, cuts into the box from Murdoch. That's gonna be tough. You're 31. You played in Romanian League 2/League 1 and then went to Saudi. That's a little sus for me. Again, this guy who's only played in the Romanian league, playing left back, you got to deal with Tezgankov, who I do rate, who gives people a lot of problems. That could be a card look if you're looking for individual cards. But yeah, I think that over what. Oh, and you got the guy from Rayo Vallecano playing right back, and Vallecano is lucky not to get relegated this season. It all stemmed from just having an insane first like 6-game start to the season until they got pimp smacked by Atleti and put in their place. This game is on Fubo. Yeah, you definitely might need to put your pirate hat on for this stream. But hey, I'm watching, that's for sure. Or whatever. The Spanish network has like all there's only like one more game though that's not on Fox. So up to you whether or not you want to spend $5. But yeah, and my Spanish is terrible. Like, I really wish it wasn't, because being a guy who covers La Liga a lot, the fact that my Spanish is limited to construction conversational, which is cerveza, basura, and break time, and let's go. Yeah, I really need to work on my Spanish. So let's get into a little bit of that first half shots market, just because I know you guys like that, and it has been a moneymaker for me. And, you know, we can kind of see the angles where this ball's going to move. At least I can. That's why I always am like, I don't want to commit to anything until I can see lineups, because I really do need to see the visual matchups to see where people are going to be taking other guys on, and kind of be able to understand how the ball's going to move through this offense. So if we're looking at like a little first half shots ladder here, Murdoch plus 185 for 2 shots in the first half, Dovbeck plus 200, and Tizgankov plus 220. Like, I think those are your guys. If you want to take one shot in the first half It's going to be Stefan Ranko or Shapin Ranko. I like those guys a lot. One of them, again, their names are super similar, and I'm going to have to look it up. Which one's actually on set pieces, but one of them's on set pieces, and they are absolutely nasty from free kicks. So I think that's worth a look too. But yeah, those are the shooters. Those are the guys I like. I actually Zinchenko to take a first half shot is plus 240. I like that a lot. Set the tone early, Zinchenko. Come up that left wing, push the pace, let one rip. Because I think that's the move here. I don't think you want to be cagey with the Romania team and try and hold possession. Do what you're good at, which is rip the top off, threaten balls over the top, and let your pacey guys go to work. And I think
100%.
that's, and I'll let you go if you got anything else you want to mention real quick.
No, I think, I mean, I hit you guys with the main ones. You made a ton of good points. I don't have that first half shot market, so it's not something I handicap for, unfortunately. But I agree with what you're saying. I mean, we've seen it. I think yesterday, Denmark to me is the biggest example, right? That first half, they came out guns blazing, first 10 minutes, and finally got their goal. And I don't want to say they took their foot off the gas because they still controlled, they still had chances, but it just goes to show you in these games, if you don't get that second goal,
they waited too long for substitutions.
Tough to pick up
that was
3
Denmark's
points.
other thing. Is like I couldn't believe they weren't bringing Demsgaard on. There were a 100%. Lot. There was a lot of.
Paulson didn't come into what, the 80th minute or something like that. So if you're not really going for that second goal, these teams came here to fucking win and get points. Also, you got 11 guys standing in front of you, and again, I don't rate Romania in the same way.
Like the fans, the crowd behind you, like these smaller country teams show the fuck out because it's it's in Germany. Like Germany's whole thing is that football is run by the fans first. It's affordable. It's a very easy travel, affordable place to go and to watch football. And that's the appeal of Euros. And that's what makes this competition so awesome. And it makes it great. And like the other thing is you got to remember, these guys don't play together that often. So we are like seeing, especially here in the early rounds, a lot of teams kind of just starting to click. And I think what works best, and again, this is a little off topic, maybe not about handicapping this game necessarily, but one of the things I think why people are so frustrated with England, and I'll give you a perfect example that you can go back and watch the tape on. It'll take you 2 minutes. Watch Jude Bellingham screaming for the ball at his feet to break the lines in the first 2 minutes, and Saka backs out and he goes to fucking Kyle Walker 2 times in the first 2 minutes on balls that Jude's like, yo, there's space here. I just did hella off the ball work to create this space, and you're not going to get me the ball to break the line when every single dude on Madrid makes that pass. Eddie Valverde makes that pass. Tchouaméni makes that pass. Danny Carvajal makes that pass. Tony Cruz makes that pass. Like, because they're not afraid, and it's like the English philosophy of we have to have possession and we're not going to take chances turn the ball over. I think that's garbage football. Let your dudes who create have the freedom to create and take your chances. Because if you're not taking your chances here, especially in the first half, what are you doing?
Yep.
Because you're just 100%. Giving the other team more time to find chemistry and connection. And like you said, perfect example yesterday is Denmark coughing up that goal late, waiting too long to put fresh legs on, and just kind of conceding possession there. And it ended up costing them. It cost them 3 points in a group where they have the expectations to be advancing.
100%.
So
that's my cautionary tale for this game. I think Ukraine, you mentioned it, has to come out, set the tone, get the goal early, get the second goal, because that second goal could be the difference between 3 points. So that's kind of my outlook. That's just, I'm with you. I mean, my favorite thing about working with you and Leg is that we don't, let me say this correctly.
We actually watched the games that we handicap and like
I was going to say that
football outside of like, even when I don't have money on a game, I'm still probably got it in the corner while I'm working on a different project.
100%
Because
being
like
a fan. But I was going to say, I hardly have to prep my thought process because I know that no matter what, when it's my time to speak, you guys have said what I'm thinking already. Like there's no doubt in my mind. So that's always fun and easy. But yeah, this is it, man. Ukraine first half goal. A lot of good, juicy fucking numbers here for goals, for assists, for shots. Hope it's a fun game. I think it's a game for Ukraine to meet the expectations that they have for themselves. And that's what I'm expecting them to do here.
Yeah, so quickly, I'm just going to recap what I'm about to throw my money down on because I got 15 minutes till game time. I have no bets in pocket already. Because I woke up late and
we're down to minus 115. You lost 5 cents.
Yeah, not woke up late, but you know, I'm getting my action late because I like to talk to these guys. Like I like to talk to Nick. I like to talk to Leg. I like to make my decisions with more information in front of me, and sometimes that does cost me spare change. But look, I have Ukraine money line in a couple of different parlays that I do for like multi-day stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to be on Ukraine money line. I think I'm going to take that Ukraine team total over 1.5 at a plus number. I really like that. If you want to parlay them together for team total over 1.5, I recommend taking the straight bets and then throwing a sprinkle on the parlay. What's going on, brother? I am going to play in the first half shots market because I know people were acting like that or asking about that. I'm going to play Zinchenko to have a first half shot. I think that's a good number. I like, you know, like me and Nick were saying, set the tone, play with some pace, and show what you're capable of and come out here guns blazing. So I like that first half shot. For Zinchenko, I like full game at minus 120 too. I think that's good as a standalone. I like his shot on target, like Leg said. I like in the first half to take 2 shots. Dovbek, Tezgankov, Murdoch. I don't know if I'm going to play Murdoch, Meyerduke, however you say it. And it might be my Spanish. Well, he does. He shoots a shit ton for Chelsea. I don't know. Yeah. All 3 of them are a good look.
You got to leave somebody off at some point, right? You can't take
it. Yeah. Again, but these are going to be like, you know, anywhere from like 0.3 to 0.4 unit plays for me. There's a reason they're like plus 200 and longer. And then I'm going to put a sprinkle of like what I'll do is I'll probably play all 3 of them for 2 shots in the first half. And I know all 3 aren't going to hit. I'm looking for 1 or 2 out of 3 there. And then I'm probably going to take the guys who play in La Liga because I rate La Liga like that. And I like what Tezgankov does and Dovbek does a little bit more than I like what Murdoch does. And I think that they are the better quality footballers, to be honest with you. I'm going to sprinkle those guys for 3 shots in the first half on the ladder as opposed to going with Murdoch. And I could be wrong, and it's all your guys' preference because, like, I see it just as easy to work the ball down the left than the right, which wherever they're having success, that's where the ball's going to continue to move.
Right.
So I'm going to take the striker and I'm going to take the right side today, and that's plus 750. And Tezgankov is plus 800. So I'm going to put like 0.1 units on that. And I'm just going to see how it goes because that you got to take a risk somewhere. And like I said, I believe in the idea, and I've watched enough Ukraine that I know that they're committed to their brand of football, which is get the fucking ball over the top and make it happen early. So that's where I'm at with it. If you want to do anything you got in pocket, and then feel free plug. You do. Nick does the Kicks and Picks podcast, which is great. Nice little short videos. They come out the night before, telling you about stuff the next day. So feel free, plug all your stuff, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, Oaks. No, I'm with you. Listen, you guys heard it. Ukraine money line. I think let's not overthink it. Ukraine first half goal -110. I usually go a little safer route than Oaks, maybe. Just I don't really give a shit who scores. Just get one in the back of the net. What's up, Juan? And yeah, I think they're gonna the design here coming out of the gate, in my eyes, just looking at the formation, is they're gonna try to move down the left first, and I think you're right, Oaks. Whether they have success or not is going to determine
if they
do they continue along that path or do they switch it up. But man, I could see a Mudryk assist at +400. I'm not going to go wild on it, but that's just a stupid number. I'm with you in Dobrik. 2 shots on target, I think, is a plus money number. That's really, really strong. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Before the tournament, I looked at Ukraine to have over 5.5 goals as a team. It was +125. Really, really liked it. When I went to go place the bet, the number had shifted a little bit, so I didn't wind up putting it in, but I gave it out. So I'm hopeful that they get to 6 goals over the course of the tournament. This game is going to tell me everything I need to know whether they can accomplish that or not. So I think don't get stuck in that rut. Don't hit that 1-0 win that turns into maybe a 1-1 or a really, really shaky 1-0 90-minute game. I'd like to see 3 goals from them in this one. I think it's very, very possible. Have to take it against Romania. It's not going to get much easier, and that's really my outlook on this one.
Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Nick for joining me. I'm going to be back at 11:15 with Leg. I believe, Nick, are you planning on what
you're going to see Nick for my schedule has been cleared for the day.
Let's go. So we got Nick on for all 3 shows. We will have the boy Leg on as well. So looking forward to that. We'll catch you all again for the next match at 11:15 Eastern. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and join the Discord. Appreciate y'all. We out. Doses.